SME Risk Analysis, Module 4, Life Cycles. Critical to the success of every business is how they assess their life cycles. This can be an industry life cycle all the way down to product and people life cycles. The key risks will be different as we progress through the cycle. We'll start with the development stage. The development stage of a life cycle can sometimes be the end of the business. If the business hasn't identified where future growth is going to be, then it will never move beyond the development stage and may actually just go to decline. The growth stage of life cycle is always difficult for a business to sustain. Recognizing that growth will require capital investments, and likelihood of growth is that if they don't fulfill the demand, somebody else will. However, it's a very nice place to be. The mature stage and maturity of a life cycle, provided that maturity is long-term sustainable, is very good for a business because of predictability. What has happened in the past is likely to happen in the future. But the key question should always be, what would turn maturity into decline? The challenge with decline is it temporary or is it permanent? For example, in the year of elections in countries, we very often get decline in business because the environments that we are working in means that people don't spend as much money. That could be a temporary decline. If, however, it's because the demand for the products or services has fallen away, then it's a permanent decline. The risk analysis is a totally different situation. So as we progress through different types of life cycle, always bear in mind the 4 stages and where what we're looking at, whether it be industry, markets, people, products, the business actually is at that time. The industry. Industry life cycles will obviously be affected by things that we have covered in other modules, such as the environment, such as competition, the industry that we're in. New entrants come in, it can change the life cycle. So the first thing to establish is where the life cycle is today for the industry that we are looking at. Having looked at that, we look at the different markets, because for obvious reasons, there will be different demand patterns in different marketplaces. So where the business is focused or wishes to focus, look at the life cycle within that particular geographic area. The business itself. Where is the business on the life cycle comparative to the industry? So, for example, if you have a developing business in a growing industry, then there is room for that business to succeed. However, a developing business in a mature industry, or even a declining industry, is highly unlikely to succeed. People life cycles. We all have a life, but people running a business have skill-based requirements, as we'll see in the next module. That skill base is driven perhaps by the size of the business and how it is growing. Do they have the capacity to take the business from development through the growth stage? Or if they don't, can they bring people in who will assist in doing so?